Bob BBD with Fast and Furious. For all those friends who look up, wait for me, very small group of people, but wait for me to give an update of some kind. Things are not as good as they should. I mean, they're worse than they were yesterday, right? India is at war, as somebody said, or is fighting back. Hey, but this is the first acknowledgement we have. PM, second wave took us by storm, but we'll win. Again, the fighting. You know, that's what he tries to do, right? Then he says, COVID second wave has shaken country. PM, question is, fix the responsibility. These are easy things to say because this is how bad it is. In 1 week, India adds 22.5 lakh cases. Deaths surge 89%. 832 deaths in Maharashtra take toll to record 2.8 thousand. Bengaluru, first city after Delhi to post more than 20,000 COVID cases in a day. And that's, you know, the problem with Bengaluru is also led with by this religiosity, right, BJP, what a Yedurappa, no scientific temperament at all, folks, and that's where the problem lies, right? This is the other state, no scientific temperament at all. UP struggles, made several calls, could not get bed for wife, and they are not going to get any beds. There is a calculation by the center which suggests that that UP will reach a caseload of 1 lakh positives a day. And that's what they're headed for. Beds nowhere to be seen, ventilators nowhere to be seen. Forget all that. If you get that too, no nurses, no doctors. Where are they going to come back? And what does Yogi in his angry looking face say? What does he say? He says, we'll act on false O2 shortage claims, for God's sake. That's what he's all about, right? Then we have 4 opposition states say no stocks can't begin vaccinations for all on May 1st. And you know, I pointed this out yesterday. Maybe the opposition states have the guts and glory to point it out. If you do your numbers, there are no vaccinations to start this trend. Let's face it, we have nothing. So then to say, but he likes headlines, guys, vaccinations for all. Then every state is saying they are for free, right? It's like free power, right? No power, give it for free, right? Same thing is happening with the vaccinations, right? Give it for free. Well, it should have been for free because that's what the rest of the world is doing. What does it say? EU confident of 70% inoculation goal by mid-July. That's the shame. By mid-July, 70%. We were sitting on production stocks. We are not even going to get past 20% by July, folks, at the rate we are going, right? Those are the real numbers, no matter what the headlines say, a vaccine for all, free for all, you know. Then, in the US has another problem. US, millions skipping their second doses of COVID-19 vaccines, and that's kind of a challenge. I know this latest Mann Ki Baat is supposed to cover that, but that's at a later date, right? What do we have in reality? From one crisis to another, hospitals in panic mode as oxygen supply falters. I got reports of 4 dead in Rewari. That's here. 8 die as hospitals in Gurgaon, Rewari run out of O2 supply. But all this tragedy, right, is activist Umar Khalid tests positive in Tihar. He should not even be in jail. And this is the other one, right? Kapan, shift COVID hit Kapan to super specialty hospital. Kerala CM writes to Adyanath. Arrested journalist wife writes. So this is this poor fellow from Kerala arrested in UP for love jihad or conversion or something like that. Apparently his situation really bad. He is basically tied to a solitary bed in a hospital. How shameful is that, right? But what are we having? 3 arrested for selling remdesivir at 40,000 rupee each. That's our next stop, folks. And as I told you the other day, right? Did our Sarkari scientists fail us? And what is the important part I missed was, I have spoken to many senior doctors, those who are fighting this crisis at the nastiest end, and they all say one thing. How could the government scientific establishment be so off the mark to not realize 3 things? That falling cases didn't mean the infection was on its way out, especially with the mutations already happening around the world. That vaccination should have started on a gangantum scale precisely when case count was low so as to push mass immunity. This is the important point. That experience of all other countries showed that a second wave is visually nastier and therefore Those months when numbers were low should have been spent preparing, not in self-congratulation. Then what does he say? They have access to all the relevant data, all the relevant knowledge, and cutting-edge research, and but simple logic suggests it is unlikely they issued warnings that we are celebrating too fast and too dangerously. A leader's worst nightmare is to be in power and deal with a crisis he or she has seemingly no means to control, which is where our leaders are now. Therefore, had the Sarkari scientists done their job, the Sarkar may have acted more intelligently. Let us hope our government scientists now advise the government as scientists should, knowledgeably and truthfully, which is what is being missing here, right? Now, what do we have here? A universal vaccine drive. For almost 2 months after India began its coronavirus vaccination drive, infection rates were among the world's lowest. That's the important part. In this period, vaccine uptake was hampered by widespread hesitancy, and many experts as well as newspapers advocated for the government to abandon its tiered strategy. The suggestions were implemented eventually, but not before this devastating wave of infections gathered momentum. India also ignored several indications that invariably foreshadow the resurgence of an epidemic. The reproduction number of the virus began inching up in mid-February, and the test positivity rate followed 3 weeks later. These examples underscore a basic approach of policy making needs in a pandemic intervention. It can either go down the route taken by Israel, United Kingdom, or the United States, where life is now returning to normal, or it can follow the path of Brazil, which has some of the highest per capita casualties for a populous country and has turned into a hotbed of dangerous new variants. Right? All of these countries suffered large outbreaks, but the three that turned around did so with large-scale vaccinations. These examples have been known to our policymakers for some time now, and while India's large population presents tougher challenges than these countries dealt with, the learning is clear. India must make sure the universal vaccination, folks. And that is what was critical, right? And another interesting point that I want to make, right, is something that Gurcharan Das, right, it's about can COVID shift our politics? While he's focusing on the politics, I want to read out a couple of lines for you. 3. Those who believe India is no longer free ought to have witnessed last week's exuberant debate on the vaccination policy. It was not only Congress, but criticism came in abundance from economists, policy wonks, and of course the argumentative Indian went berserk on social media. These are not signs of an unfree country. But folks, I want to read into this. I want to tell Gurcharan Das, it's not the unfree country. I think finally people have lost the fear of this government. And that's why, folks, they went after the tweet. Ban the tweet. Finally, people have decided there is nothing to lose. And Gurcharan Das is wrong. It's not about us being free. It's finally the fear is such that people has decided, or the despondency is such, they've decided, what the hell? We are going to go for it. We have nothing to lose anyway except our lives, Gurcharan Das. And that's what it's all about. But what did we have here? From vaccine inputs to PPE, US pledges COVID help after backlash. It's not backlash by these guys, keeps guys going on, right? This is how policy is made. It's a big country, it's a democracy. Same thing here. At last, US steps up to assist India. Though he does mention, do we show the US is not the cause of the crisis in India? Though US has signaled it will now step up aid for India. See, I would say US steps up. I would not use the word at last. And here I would not use the word backlash, because that is anything but the truth. Right? Now what do we have here? We have something on the elections, right, folks? There was a question on my group which was saying, oh, but Mamta, look at her, she's sending people to ask for votes. But hey, who called the elections? The Election Commission. Mamta has nothing to do with it. Who ensured there were 8 phases and hence created the super spread over 1 month when the virus is going crazy? The Election Commission. No representation made by Mamta many times that clubbed the last 4 at least into one. It's unheard of, that 8 stage. Why was it done? To make it convenient for Amit Shah and Prime Minister Modi to campaign extensively. That is the real reason. And once you've called elections, folks, you've got to go out to vote. India doesn't have the ability to do without being present. It's not allowed. in absentia. So anybody who gets up and blames Mamta Didi actually needs to look at the entire history of these elections. Technically, everybody is saying these elections should not have been held. And despite this galloping election, let me tell that person who asked this question, elections at the lowest level, panchayats, are still being held and not being called off in UP. Can you imagine that? That's the level that this election commission is at. And guess whose hand that election commission eats out of? You got it. Sushil Chandra is the election commissioner, chief election commissioner. Guess where he's going? As the next governor to Goa.
अच्छे परिणाम आएंगे, लेकिन इस समय उन परिणामों की तरफ हमारा ध्यान नहीं है. हमारा ध्यान है चुनाव की तरफ नहीं है, कोरोना को कंट्रोल करने.
That's the trade-off, folks, and that's where we live in. That's the kind of country we live in, right? And there we have 34 seats up for grab in Bengals. 7th phase today. So that's what I mean. 7th phase. Unheard of. So let's just bell the cat. Bell the right cat, right? And what else is happening in this country which is disconcerting, which is really small pieces of it, is really sad. Sumna glacier burst. One more body recovered. Death toll 11. That's happened up in Uttarakhand. That's another guy who's dealing with God and no science, right? Then you have Mizoram forest fire spread to towns. IF helicopters join efforts to put it out. So folks, while all this is happening, there is a lot of other trouble happening all across the country, which we seem to have lost control of, lost focus on, folks. Cheers.